Welcome to the League of Nerds comic book segment number 22. I'm John Cooney, here to talk to you about comics released the 4th of July, 2012. Happy 4th of July, everybody. We've got quite a few books still to cover on this holiday, so let's start with DC's Action Comics number 11. Superman has a new secret identity revealed, and Lois Lane continues her investigation into the mystery of Earth's first Superman, and we get a new backup story. We've also got Batman's Earth 1 hardcover. That's a 144-page graphic novel in the tradition of Superman Earth 1, telling Bruce Wayne's transformation into Batman and his first year as the Dark Knight. And in this new take on the Batman history, Bruce Wayne is on the hunt for his parents' killer, and his target is the mayor of Gotham City. Plus, who is Alfred Pennyworth, and why is he so determined to put an end to the Batman? We've also got Batwing number 11. Batwing faces off against the deadly Beijing gangster dragon known as Long, and we have a guest appearance from Nightwing, and Batwing gets equipped with some new Bat gadgets. We've got Before Watchmen Ozymandias number 1. This is an interesting pairing. I know I've talked about the other Before Watchmen books in terms of the writers that they've paired with the characters, but in this case I'm a little more interested in the artist that they've chosen in Jay Lee for Ozymandias, because I think it's a good fit. Ozymandias is obviously a darker character, and Jay Lee has mastered that darker tone in his artwork. And so I'm very interested in seeing what he does with this book. I'm also interested in what Len Wein is doing as the writer. He's also been the one who's been creating the Crimson Corsair backup stories in each issue. In this book we see Adrian Veidt reflecting back on his life and what led him to the moment where he convinces himself that he has to save the world with the events from Watchmen, which I don't want to give away here in case there's somebody who hasn't read it. But if that's the case, I strongly recommend it. We've got Detective Comics number 11. The connection between Hypnotic and the attack on Wayne Enterprises is revealed, and we get the latest chapter in the Two-Face backup story. We've got Earth 2 number 3. Okay, we've got a lot of attention that's been given to the Alan Scott of Earth 2 in this alternate universe, and DC revealing him as a gay character. But this issue focuses on his debut as the Green Lantern. We've got Justice League International number 11 with the 5th part of the breakdown storyline, with the team defeated at the hands of the Burners, and not everyone is going to escape this storyline alive. We've got World's Finest number 3 with the George Perez cover. Huntress and Power Girl begin trying to track the invader who came with them through the boom tube from Earth 2, and we learn more about the first 5 years of the heroine's time spent on our Earth. From Marvel Comics, we've got Amazing Spider-Man 689, again just in time for the Amazing Spider-Man movie, which I saw last night. We've got Spider-Man, Peter Parker, Curt Connors, and the Lizard all making appearances in this, both the summer blockbuster movie and here in his book. We've got Morbius the Living Vampire on the loose, and nobody at Horizon Labs is safe, including the recently cured Curt Connors. But if Curt Connors is cured, who's the new lizard creature? And it's definitely somebody Spider-Man knows. We've got Avengers vs. X-Men number 7, with the Phoenix-powered Cyclops changing the game with 3 words: no more Avengers. We've got Hulk number 55, the hands of the Doomsday Clock race towards a Mayan rule, and former Avengers arrive to help stop the end of the world as the Mayan gods return, and Rick Jones falls in battle. We've got Invincible Iron Man number 520, Stark and the Mandarin finally face to face. Where does that leave the future of Resilient? Who lives? Who dies, and how can Tony save his people, save the world, and save himself at the same time? We've got Ultimate Comics Spider-Man number 12. Miles must choose between battling his uncle the Prowler, who's turned crime lord, or joining him to keep his family safe. We've got Uncanny X-Men number 15. This is Avengers vs. X-Men tie-in with the X-Men moving against the forces of Sinister. We've got XFACTOR number 29. Again, one of my favorite books, probably the first one I'll read this week, with Peter David writing it. We've got Banshee versus an actual Banshee, and Strong Guy asks them out on a date. From Image Comics, we have Invincible number 93. More secrets about Robot and Monster Girl's time spent in the Flaxen Dimension are revealed, and meanwhile in the present we get things going wrong for the new Invincible, and he has to learn if he's worthy of the mantle that he holds. We've got Morning Glories number 20, another book I'm anxious to read, even though I know I've compared this book to Lost in the fact that we seem to get more questions than answers in each issue as we go along. But if you just accept that that's the case and enjoy the ride, it's a good book. It is turned a lot more mature than some of my earlier reviews indicated, with some themes that are definitely for the older readers. And even the solicits for the book have become more and more cryptic, with the only thing it says for this book, Sister Knows Best. Another book by Robert Kirkman this week in Thief of Thieves number 6. We've got the heist that we've been waiting months to see going down, and will Redman, aka Conrad Paulson, be able to pull this off, or will his final caper leave him behind bars, or worse? Finally, in trades this week, we've got Batman and Robin Volume 1, Born to Kill, hardcover. This is collecting Batman and Robin 1 through 8 from the DC New 52 series. Battling evil with his son Damian at his side, Batman now realizes the hardest part of his job may be trying to work together. As Batman and Robin try to adjust their new partnership, a figure emerges from Bruce Wayne's past. His name is Nobody, and he's not happy that Batman is shining a light into his own shadowy war against evil. That's it for me this week. It's an exciting week with a lot of books, plenty more that I didn't get to mention, so be sure to check with your local comic book shop for other issues that may be of interest to you. I hope you enjoy your 4th of July. Be sure to check with me on my comic book blog, he'sgotissues.com, so that you can see what I'm reading. Let me know what you're reading. Let me know if there's any issues that I need to consider that I'm overlooking. I just wanted to remind you that we're now a proud part of the Comics Podcast Network, so you can check us out there, as well as many other comics-related podcasts. So, until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.